So just while we're waiting for that property, the old church block property, to dry out a bit, we've just come back out here behind the old hall where I found the florin and the ramhead shilling and the silver threepence and a few other old pennies and so forth. I haven't searched in this area here between the hall and the old tennis courts. I was speaking with a local man that has been living in this area for a long time, and he said that the tennis courts, back where they've refurbished it now, but that is very old, the area, and around the back there was where the original establishment was, in the same location. So he did encourage me to have a look around the back there, which I'll do today, and see on this beautiful day if we can uncover some old pre-decimal coins. Hopefully we'll give it a go. So I've just come around the back of the tennis courts here and got a strong signal of 21, and it's good to use this brand new nice sturdy little spade, and I did. And here, get the pin. And we popped out a $2 coin from there. So I'm more interested in the older pre-decimal ones, but that can help pay off some of the equipment that I've been buying with the metal detecting, so never pass that up. But there's got to be some older pre-decimal coins around this area as well, so I'm going to keep searching and see what I can find. So that's most likely a $1 or $2 coin there by the sound of that. It's a real short, sharp signal. Yeah, that's another $2 coin. Just travelling around the back here where the hedges are. Continue progressing up there. Just trying to luck upon where the really older area was. The man I was speaking to said that it was around the back here, just where this area was here. He said this was the same original areas that existed back in the I think it was the 1940s and 1950s, 1960s. So there definitely should be a few pre-decimal coins here. We'll keep searching, see if we can find one. Just before we go, that's where I dug that $2 coin a moment ago, and I just swung the detector there. That looks like it's definitely another one. Probably don't even really need to dig a plug, use this pinpointer. It's a lot neater. That should be able to detect round about. Yep. Didn't even need to dig a hole for that one. That's just beneath the surface of the grass. Another $2 coin. So I did go around the back of the hedges where I picked up those few $2 coins, and I was the older areas, it looks like the concrete and everything has been laid right on top of the older areas, so you can't really get into the exact location. I was swinging sort of underneath the hedges, but couldn't sort of detect anything there, so that might not, and I think around the edge has probably been done before, so I've come back over to here, more to this area here where I found the ramhead shilling and the old threepence, and I've just detected one of these lead heads off the old nail, so that is promising that this is old ground here, so I might just continue around here in between the old hall grounds and the old tennis court grounds, just around this perimeter here, and see if we have any luck. Okay, we actually dug about 4 or 5 of those lead heads of the old nails through there, but finally that's a nice high signal, distinct. That's a very distinct signal there, so surely that's got to be something worth having a look at. This is close to that area where I found those silver coins. Let's see what this one is. Okay, that is a coin. That actually is a coin, but it's either a 1-cent piece or a threepence. Let's see what sort of coin that one is. Okay, this is unfortunately a good old 1-cent coin. So it's not quite as old as the ones I'm hoping for, but after finding them few $2 coins, it's interesting to pick up one of these old 1-cent coins. But I might even go around back to that old church block and work around the perimeter of the fence line there, go back to that place and see whether we can get one before I teach the martial arts kids at the old hall here in an hour and a half or so. So I might change location and see if we have better luck over there. So we just came up to the old church block where my dad and I discovered about 40 pre-decimal coins here a couple of weeks ago, so we're just waiting for it to dry out a bit more and so we can do some more clearing and come back. But just before I start work, I might just try, I haven't tried this inside perimeter near this fence line here, do a couple of strips up there and potentially even across the road here where people would have been coming to back in the day to go into the church block here. So I'll see what we can discover here. So we've come back inside the actual church block here, and potentially a coin in here. See if we can isolate it. There's actually a few different signals here. We'll see if we can find the most stable one. Okay, we'll see if we can find a coin in here. Yes, that is a pre-decimal coin. One of the older coins. We'll see what year this pre-decimal coin is. This coin that we just found is a really old. This is a really old coin. This is actually just wiping the back of it there, and you can see that's actually a Queen Victoria penny. So we can't get the date off the front yet, but that could potentially be another 19th century pre-decimal coin. That is definitely a Queen Victoria. Which would be a Britannia penny. It could be, this one could be in the late 1800s or the very early 1900s, but that's potentially our third 19th century Britannia coin from this old church block. Awesome. We'll see if we can clean that up better and get an actual date from the other side, but that's a really good find before I head off to teach my class this evening. It's good to get that really old coin before I head back to the old hall to teach the class. So there's definitely still coins in the old property, so Dad and I will come back here and we will clear some more area with the brush cutters and open up a bit more territory to explore. Looking forward to it. Good way to finish the day. Signing off for now. So this is the next day, return back to my home. Here is just a quick overview of the little treasures that we discovered yesterday out near the tennis courts and in between the old hall and the tennis court car park, and then we moved out over to the old church block, which isn't far away from there. So going through these items here, we just had a couple of old pull tabs, bit of aluminium, bit of thick wire there. We got half a dozen of those lead head from the old nails. This is something slightly different. It's made of lead as well. This is like an electrical component here. And with the coins, we did get 5 coins. These ones were near the tennis court, just the 3 $2 coins. 2004 and 2008 and 2014 $2 coins. This little 1-cent coin that we found not far away from where I discovered the old 1939 ramhead shilling and the 1914 threepence. This is just a 1967 1-cent coin. Couldn't find any more pre-decimals there, so we moved to where the old reliable old church block, and we were lucky enough to discover this is a Queen Victoria Britannia penny. So this is only the 3rd Queen Victoria era coin that I've ever discovered. The other one was at 1890 silver threepence, English threepence, and the 1898 Britannia Queen Victoria penny. On that side you can see that's corroded. That's exactly where the date is there. Yes, no real hope of finding that, unfortunately, but I did some research into the history of all the monarch periods, and I had a look at my other couple of Britannias here. This here from the collection from that church block, 1906, and you can see that's actually King Edward the 7th. So compared there to, so King Edward the 7th. King Edward the 7th on the old coins was an era from 1902 to 1910. So that period of 8 years. That's, as you can see, that's 1906. So King Edward the 7th was on the coins for 8 years. Only 1 year for the Australian coins. In 1910 was the only year he appeared on the Australian coins. Before that was the Great Britain coins, United Kingdom, English coins. So this coin that we discovered yesterday, Queen Victoria, her reign was from 1838 right up to 1901. But they changed the coin from what they say the young head was 1838 right up to 1893, and then they changed over to this appearance of Queen Victoria, the old head, from 1894 to 1901. So I would say that this could very likely be the 3rd 19th century coin. In the late 1800s would be the date for that one. So that was a really good discovery. As you can see here, the other one here is 1898, and it is exactly the same on the bottom. I think the reason some of these coins corrode heavily on one side and not the other, it depends which way they are facing when they're lost and they go down onto the soil. I would say the bottom side would be the preserved side. This would be my theory, I'd have to confirm this, but the bottom side is preserved, and from the top side, with all the precipitation of the rain continually through all, when you think about it, that's like 120, 130 years of that occurring, the rain coming down through the soil, all the minerals and everything going down into the copper, would most likely, I would think, that top side of where it's laying would be the one that gets heavily corroded, while oftentimes the other side is much more well preserved. So if anyone can confirm that little theory, that'd be great, but that's the way I would think it would work. But I might go back out to that site today for a couple of hours before I do my first personal training session with my client this afternoon, so I might go back out to that church site and see if I can get another couple of pre-decimal coins before I start work, so to add to a little bit more to this episode of the Mick's treasure hunting adventures video. So that's my plan. If I have enough time today, I'll definitely be doing that. As you can see, it is a beautiful day. What better way than get out in nature, out in the fresh air, soak up the sun and do some more treasure hunting. Okay, see you there. So I've just come back out to the old church block here. I've got about an hour and a half up my sleeve to have a bit of a search. Just gonna have to go over the ground that we've already covered until my dad and I can do a bit more brush cutting. You can clear a bit of area there, up along the fence line over there, and also up in the back area up through there. There's a little bit more territory to uncover. So I'm just going to go over this ground, see if there's anything that can be discovered. And it looks like we've done it. Got a signal here. It's a little bit of a faint signal. Dug out the plug. I've seen this. It's always a sign when you see this discoloured soil. I pulled out this plug here, and as we can see, there is a coin, pre-decimal coin. We'll see what this one is. We'll peel it away from. Okay, that's where it's been sitting. I wonder how long this coin has been sitting there. Let's clean it up and see to reveal what it actually is. You can see King George V beginning to be revealed there. Just rubbing it very lightly with this, just to safely pull the dirt away. This can be a good way, an effective way to reveal the detail on the coin. Okay, that side's in pretty good condition. As you can see, that's King George V. Now if we turn it over the other side, so it's definitely a Commonwealth of Australia, older style penny. (1922) Commonwealth of Australia, King George V penny. So that's exactly 100 years old, 1 century old. Actually, a lot of the coins, we've had about, I believe about 8 or 9 coins so far that are exactly 100 years old. Quite a few have been older than 100 years. Quite a few like the mid 1920s, late 1920s. is the main predominant era of all these old coins in here, with a few exceptions. Okay, going to continue up there. I think the reason why this signal was faint too, because it was another coin that was facing upwards on a vertical angle, so to keep that in mind. That could be a reason that the signal is fainter than usual, depending on whether the coin is positioned like that or whether it is sitting in the ground invertically. Changes the way the signal comes up. Okay, let's continue on up there. Okay, we've progressed up further into the old church property here. Got a signal that was 18, wasn't too consistent. When I opened up the plug, I could have sworn it was a coin, but when we have a look at this, this is a really interesting relic, because I have no doubt that would have been off the old church. So we got a little bit of a jumpy signal over here, a bit of a mixed signal over here. But now that I've dug the plug, lifted it over to here, if I swing the detector over here, now that's become a very stable signal up in the silver ranges, 26, 27. So here, that'd be very lucky for it to be a florin. That would be a one of the 50% silver florins, but could even be a sixpence. That has the sound of the silver, so I have to have a look in here, fingers crossed, to see what it is. Always wishful thinking here, but that's part of the excitement. See what we can uncover. Yep, that looks like a it's going to be I'm hoping that's another little silver coin. Let's hope it's a sixpence. Let's hope it's not a 1-cent coin. We've found one of the 2-cent coins over there, a 1974 one. We didn't think there'd be anything other than pre-decimals here, but so that's got me thinking now. But let's have a look what that is. Okay, good news about this coin. It is definitely a very old pre-decimal coin. You can see the emu and the kangaroo there on the front, and on the back it needs to be cleaned up more, but it looks like King George V. Okay, another good experience. Loving this feeling of adventure and exploration and discovery that this little hobby has been providing. Be able to share a similar interest with my dad. We'll come out here together and clear these areas here, around the back and along the side there, and in that area too, to really make sure we can finish and complete this property nice and thoroughly. I'm looking forward to it. Till next time. Just a quick review of the items that we discovered at the old church block there today. Always get plenty of these lead heads off the old nails. This is some kind of a metal ring of some description. Don't really know what that one is from. Looks like another floor bolt from the old church. Got a really nice 1922 Commonwealth of Australia King George V penny, and then that surround from their key hole, probably from one of the cupboards from inside the old church. And then yeah, this was a sixpence, quite bad condition. Even after cleaning it up, you didn't reveal much of the silver, but that is a silver coin, an early probably in between 1911 and 1922 or so, that coin would be. And we had good news with this Britannia Queen Victoria penny that we got yesterday. I was able to very meticulously, with a little toothpick, just rubbed the bottom of it, and we got the date 1896. So that is officially my oldest penny that I've discovered so far. The other one was 1898. So yeah, we did reveal the date surprisingly on that really old Queen Victoria penny. So that's the conclusion of this particular treasure hunting video, and I'll look forward to heading on out there again and seeing what else we can uncover.